Mind Snap, the 22nd episode of Series 1. It's written by Bob Baker and Paul Tams, and it's starring John Leeson, Keegan Joyce, Philippa Coulter, Daniel Webber and Robert Maloney. So this episode begins with Space-Time Manipulator activating and doing something to K-9 again, and Starkey and Professor Griffin went to see what was going on, and K-9 said scrambled information since this morning and then passed out. As Professor Griffin tries to fix K-9, K-9 seems to be having trouble remembering himself. He thinks he's more of a dog than machine, and he tries to attack Professor Griffin, and Starkey stopped him and tried to get him to remember what he did throughout this show. We get flashbacks of Professor Griffin bouncing a ball for K-9, the original K-9 fighting Jigsaw and self-destruct then regenerated, Starkey getting K-9 to know that K-9 is his master, K-9 Darius and Georgie defeating the Corvin and saving Professor Griffin and Starkey, K-9 seeing the illusion of Jigsaw inside the cupboard of fear, Georgie waking her mum June up from being Bodark, and K-9 getting June to remove the Eye of Oblivion, K-9 getting flashback of when he killed Ahab, but he didn't. In the present day, after K-9 blasts Space-Time Manipulator, we have more flashbacks of K-9, Georgie and Darius tricking Thorn about the library cards into getting him into another planet where Starkey was, Drake asking June about personal calls, June putting K-9 on Professor Griffin's responsibility, K-9 getting tricked by Anubis with Starkey, Georgie and Professor Griffin getting mind controlled, and Darius tries to get K-9 to snap out of it, Professor Griffin waking K-9 up as he sleeps in the bin so he can save Starkey and Darius, and finally K-9 getting delivered to Chuckles and Boris, the robot clowns. So Professor Griffin risking K-9's memory by fixing it, so after the explosion and intense moment when Starkey says K-9 good dog, K-9 is back to himself. So yeah, this is a great recap for a K-9 series. Any connections to Doctor Who? Well, no references, but this is the first K-9 series episode written by Bob Baker, who's written 8 Doctor Who classic stories, which are The Claws of Axors, The Mutants, The Three Doctors, The Zentaran Experiment, The Hand of Fear, The Invisible Enemy, Underworld, and The Armageddon Factor with Dave Martin. Bob has written Nightmare of Eden on his own, so premiere broadcast for this episode is 7th of June 2010. What did you think of this episode? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.